You didn't play Among Us with Josh before that?
No,
Among Us wasn't even around then.
that was in
mad.
June or
like
maybe July.
peak Warzone. Yeah.
That's the first time I met you, right?
Yeah,
that was the first time.
Yeah, Josh tweeted out about the More Sidemen thing, and I was at my computer downstairs about to go into class. I actually skipped class that day to play Among Us with you guys.
When you get the Sidemen call up, you turn stuff down.
I
turn down education.
I see Josh tweet out. I'm like, and that was when like Among Us was like growing. I was playing Among Us every day, and I was like, it'd be fun. I know some of the guys in there. I knew Josh. I knew Vic. I didn't know, actually there's only 2 guys I knew. I didn't know anyone else at that point. And I was like, I was like, yeah. He's like, jump in, and that's when I met the rest of you.
Yeah,
damn.
That's when,
because that game became a thing of, speaking of like how you're good at games. I remember it after like we realized that you were really good. It became a thing of like you died early most of the time because people were like, I have to get rid of the good players.
Yeah. It was
yeah.
That game was funny because, not to sound like a hipster, but like a good month before that game really was on anybody's radar, we had like these game nights with some of the my friend group that I would play games with all the time, and Among Us popped up into one of our things, and we got 10 of us together and we were playing Among Us, and we were like, man, this game's a lot of fun. So like every Saturday is when we do like game nights with the boys because it was lockdown, so that was kind of our thing.
Yeah.
And we'd be playing Among Us, and like when the game started picking up traction, and everyone started like, I didn't really stream it at that point. All I really streamed at that point was Warzone, and finally I got in that one Discord that G made for like the Among Us games where they happen like daily. Like there was like a lobby every morning, maybe 2 lobbies every morning that were
maybe
going
2,
on for hours. And and then that started happening, and then that's when like Among Us just like took over my life. But before that, before it even like blew up, that's what I was playing.
I feel like that's what the game. I feel like that's how the game was intended to be originally, right? Like it's like a board game or a game with friends, just like to like ice break, just chill. I feel like I say we, I mean like people collectively. I think we played that game too much. I don't think it was ever supposed to go as far as it did, but obviously it did really well for people as well. So it did really well on YouTube, did really well on streams. People would play it non-stop.
Yeah.
But I don't think that game was ever designed to be played that much. So to the level where people started like counting seconds and how long the tasks do, all these strategies.
Like there's still a lobby. There's still 2 lobbies every single day with like the same groups.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I don't know how Ellen plays twice a day. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it isn't meant to be. You can see the fact that they've added all these mods.
The mods are carrying it right now.
Even the mods, there's not much you can like. They've done. I feel like they've almost exhausted the mods as well.
The new map coming out was 10 days. The new map comes out.
Yeah.
So that I feel like that the thing with that though is it's taken them so long now that it's gonna probably do decent numbers for only a short amount of time
and then trickle off.
Then trickle off. I mean, because realistically, when you look at the directory for Among Us, if the Hafu lobby isn't going, it has like sub 10,000 viewers. Like
they really needed it January. I think they needed it like start of the new year, fresh in. I think they kind of delayed it too much.
I mean, the mods definitely have been refreshing recently. Like when I've been playing with the mods, it's been like it's so nice to be able to have like a night where you're not getting crew member 8 times in a row, and it's just you're exhausted of being that.
But I feel like with the new map, though, I feel like people need to go into it vanilla.
Yeah.
Oh no, everyone is gonna hate it. I reckon. Apart from the like. You see how there's to me there's 2 types of lobbies. No, 3 types of lobbies. There's the troll lobby,
which is ours usually.
That's the ones we normally play. You have the casuals who like play it properly but don't really know. They'll call stuff out that they'll miss things like how long the task takes and stuff.
And like if they'll argue, but it's a joke and it's kind of like banter.
And then you have like the sweats, yeah.
You were on that for 3 seconds?
Yeah, and it's it's like, oh yeah, this happened, which means like give me your entire pathing for the last 3 rounds. Like
that's a problem with like I think that's why this new map will do really good for those sweaty lobbies though, is because the reason that it's gotten a lot boring for these sweaty lobbies is because they only can play Polus because it's the biggest map. And like the other maps, like
I hate that map.
Someone can ask you your pathing and they'll know whether or not you're right because they'll have the entire map and like round mapped out in their head and they'll catch that one small detail. But if something like Polus, the map is so big you can do something on one side that the other person on the other side would have no idea. So it's like it's a little bit easier to lie. where this new map is like massive. So hopefully it'll help a little bit.
But that's why I think
yeah,
the casuals and the trolls will hate it.
Yeah.
Because when we play in our lobby, Simon, as in like the troops and that, we enjoy doing the default map. It's Skeld, right?
Yeah.
Just because it is so small and like everyone knows it where it is. Whereas when we play Polus, it's not that it's like a bad map. It's just that no one knows it really well. So our call outs are so bad, like, and you lose the actual essence of the game.
Polus is
honestly
new map is a nice map once you get to know it, just because there's not as many like
Yeah. I prefer Polus. Apart from like you can't play it with certain people. Like people like Harry literally said like, oh no, I don't want to do that one. I don't know what's going on.
I'm the same. I mean, to be honest, I'm the same. Yeah, it's just too much. Whereas the new map's like very but it isn't. Am I right in saying there's a lot of things on the new map that can transport you to the other side a lot quicker than just running?
Well, you choose your spawn point. I think
you can like choose where you start. I know there's like I don't want to call them elevators, but there's like these like moving platforms and stuff, like ladders and stuff like that. But that's one of those things that's like it's really interesting on how it's going to play out, because like I feel like a lot of these map designers make maps like with one like play style and like thought out, but then when people actually play it, they play completely different, and then it kind of changes the way the map is. And I feel like that's something going to happen now that people are like so good at the game and they know so well like the mechanics so well.
Yeah.
That it's like the one thing I'm worried about is the tasks. I'm just hoping that there's not any reused tasks, because if all the tasks are the same, or there's maybe one, I know there's like one or two more, but if that's it, like that's one thing.
If Simon says is in that map, then bro, I just don't want to.
I don't know. Simon's man.
I hate that. It's so stupid.
That and the download is just like
the download.
You just sat there.
But at least download. At least you do click it. I feel like when you're streaming as well and commentating, like Simon says, it's so annoying because you got to concentrate on it. Really, like it's it's not hard, but you do have to concentrate on it. Whereas like when you're trying to speak as well and be funny, it's like no, I messed it up.
It is. Yeah, it is not easy. But I know recently, I don't know if you guys seen one of the major mod creators. They just announced that they've made their own map as well, that with all custom tasks and new sabotages and all that. So there's potential for like some more like decent content coming out. But I feel like Among Us has turned into one of those games now where it's not the game anymore. It's just one of the games that once stuff comes out, people play it for a bit, and then 2 weeks later they're playing something else. That's
literally like all they have to do is they just needed to release the ability to make very easy maps.
Just like
people can just make
modder platform, a creator platform.
Like everyone's played, like a skinned map kind of thing. Like it's modded, it's a new map, but it's still the same shape. It's still the same task. They may have just changed what it looks like.
Yeah,
but it's still the same. All they had to do was just introduce custom maps. Same with Fall Guys.
Yep.
Oh, Fall Guys is such a sad story of such a missed opportunity of a game. Like that game could still.
Well, the new season comes out tomorrow for Fall Guys, which would be a couple days ago when this goes out.
Yeah.
They've also got a collab with Among Us, which could be just skins, could be new stuff, but it's also with Epic Games now as well.
Oh.
Did they buy it? They didn't they? Yeah, they bought it.
So Fall Guys could
do
the
something.
fact that Fortnite is so custom, like you can make anything in Fortnite.
Yeah.
The fact that you can do that, my hope is that Fall Guys now is going to be you can make a new map.
Well,
if that happens, that game is amazing.
That
for sure.
Too late, but
both of them as well. Imagine like the Sidemen or Troops or have you play like a map that they've custom made for themselves, right? Imagine you have that. Everyone watches it, it's a really great thing to enjoy for the audience, and then they can also download that same map and play, like some of their favorite content creators. That'd be awesome for the game, right? Like for the health of the game. Surely that will boost numbers and everything. Same with Fall Guys, exactly.
Well, Half-Life Lobby, did, right? They do have one that they're making currently.
I keep hearing them talk about it.
Yeah, they kind of got a little bit of an investment thing going, and they've got some developers that like modders that they're making their own map for. Don't know when it's coming out, but as far as I know,
imagine that was like on vanilla. Imagine that could be like on the actual base game though. That like as a developer, that would be next level. But I guess for them, it'd be great.
If they would have had a platform where you could have just made your own maps, and even if you could, as far as making like the tasks and all that in it, that game I think would. I mean, it still does numbers. Like, to be honest, it still does numbers when you have the right people together. But it could have been doing. Its lifespan could have been a lot better. I think it's on the downward curve right now for sure. Just because.
Yeah.
Everyone's seen it at this point, even with the mods. Everyone they're running out of, like Simon said, they're running out of ideas of what roles. I feel like some of the roles that they've added are kind of getting a little desperate.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But also, I think one of the reasons that game was so good was that it was accessible, right? So like, not only was it free. Well, I mean, it was free on iPhone, right? I think I had to pay for it on Steam and stuff. But my point is more, it's so accessible. So like, you can play it on the iPhone too, right? Whereas, say like, I play with you can just play on your phone. Like, anyone can join. I think on the phone it was free. So it's like, it's so accessible, whereas you start adding mods, and I think people like the casual player will get a little bit intimidated by the mods because one, they can't install them.
How to download it?
Yeah. I mean, it was tough for a lot of us who were, in our lobbies. Some people couldn't do it. So imagine like just like the, someone who doesn't do this for like their work, or doesn't run a PC or just has an iPhone. They're going to be dumbfounded.
That's the thing with a lot of these games now is just like if it's accessible, especially on mobile, and you have like that crossplay, it's just like it's gonna do well, but then like you said, you can't get much past that because as soon as you try and add mods, like you're cutting out a giant population. Like I don't know what the numbers are like, but I bet you the majority of the players are on mobile.
Probably.
So you're cutting out a massive portion. And maybe the development team is also only a couple people, so it'd be probably something that'd be.
Yeah. I mean, it blew up. Like I'm sure they cannot imagine how the game blew up. It's especially similarly to the guys who did Fall Guys. I think that's the main trouble with these games. They can't scale fast enough. Yeah, because they can't. It's hard to hire someone, especially during a pandemic. So you can't really like grow as much as you want to. It's really tough having the demand there, but you can't actually scale to meet that.
The issue for me with that is like Fall Guys. Admittedly, it's a very, in terms of like an actual game. Obviously, I don't know how to make a game, but in terms of a normal game, it's not the hardest game to make.
No, I mean, look how easy it is for these modders to get stuff up pretty quick. Like they've made some of these mods so quick.
But Among Us is like super easy to make.
Yeah.
So that is one where they could literally, I feel like they could make a new map in, a day if they wanted to.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe that's an exaggeration.
I think they could make it in a day. I just don't know how it would work in terms of like marketing or decisions. I don't know what goes into it.
Yeah, but I feel like well, they said they're stopping work on Among Us 2 to release the new map, and it's taken them how long to release that? Like that's
4 or 5 months since they announced it, wasn't it? They announced it like December.
Yeah, and I feel like that's just not like in this time you can't do that.
Nah, that's a downfall of a lot of games these days is that they come out strong, but then the support for them they don't have like I said, I can't judge too much because I don't know how hard it is and how long it takes for a lot of stuff, but it's just like it takes so long to get these like additional like updates in afterwards to keep the game fresh that people lose interest. And that makes me wonder. I was was wondering like, did Among Us do so well because there was nothing else to play right now? Like say Among Us came out the same time as something like Fortnite did, would Among Us ever actually? I don't even know. Among Us might have. It came out in what? She came out like 2018.
Nah, because of lockdown. Because Among Us came out time ago, right?
Yeah,
years ago.
It's like 20.
So I think if lockdown wasn't a thing, I don't think Among Us would have taken off as much.
Yeah,
I agree.
Put 10 of your friends together. It's
not
a lot.
Everyone's
it's like pub quiz, right, Simon? So we used to do pub quiz. Like Among Us is like a version of that. Friends coming together just to play a game and also just chat. Where in a world where you can't just do that, can't go around and see each other. So
makes you wonder too, like if say next year, like what it's gonna be interesting what the industry looks like after things start opening up to normal again. Like what the numbers like maybe like YouTube analytics or Twitch analytics, like what kind of I wonder what that looks like because I feel like a lot of people might have higher inflated numbers now because a lot of people aren't using their normal day-to-day or they're at home working so they can have a Twitch stream up on their other monitor or something like that, or at school they can have it up.
Schools have gone back now, haven't they? I feel like
schools in the UK have gone back.
Schools in the UK have gone back, so I feel like I've already noticed streams and stuff like the numbers are a bit lower.
Fair.
That's you guys got schools back. I don't think we have. I think like we've always like we've had schools, but it's like it was only a certain amount of people were allowed to be in person, and then everyone else had to be online. It was like a small amount.
I think some did go to school for us while it was shut. I think like some have to go because like parents can't look after them, etc. So I think like in certain areas you can still go, but you don't have to go.
I think that's what it was like too. If you like if you didn't have like childcare or something like that, like they were allowed to be in class, but if you had the option.
Yeah, because effectively less people there, right? So they can actually uphold some of the regulations and some of the limitations easier because it's spread people out, etc.
Yeah. I mean, Yeah, going back to like games like coming out like this year, like that's one thing is like I'm looking forward to is we have a lot of like decent games coming out like at the second half of 2021. So I'm hoping that the industry is because right now it's like I wake up in the morning like I haven't even streamed for like 2 weeks because I've been so busy. But there's also just been like I feel like it's a good time to take a break because a new map comes out. I'll probably play that a ton, and then over the course of like in the summer too, like there's gonna be a lot of new games coming out. There's a new Battlefield coming out. There's a new MMO coming out. You got Call of Duty in the fall.
Yeah.
So I feel like the second half of 2021 for like the games and like the content industry is going to be back to hopefully a little bit up and up because right now I just feel like everyone's trying to find that something. Everyone's with.
People are playing old games. People are doing. Yeah. I think it's because I think the next gen was a bit of a not a flop, but it was difficult, right? It was a difficult release because there wasn't enough to go around. The supply was hurt. Like a chip that all these consoles and the graphics cards need is like there's a global shortage right now. So I feel like most people who have got a game coming out maybe have delayed it a little bit or want to wait until things are more stable before they release it.
That's the thing with like, I feel like the same PlayStation. Yeah. Nothing came out with it that was like
no.
Holy crap! I need to get that.
And that was it, right? Spider-Man.
But that was just an update as well, right? It's like DLC essentially.
No, it's the whole new game.
No, but like if you play the original one, it's not.
No, it is. Yeah, they released a remastered of the first one and a new one, Miles Morales.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, isn't that one just like an extra? It's like a 9-hour extra story, right? It's not like a full game.
Yeah, it's like a 6 or 7 hour story game, but I think there's more DLC coming to it.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah,
but there was meant to be other games like there was the Sackboy one, which I don't think took off anywhere.
Harry Potter's got pushed back there now, I think.
Yeah, there's also Riders Republic has been pushed back.
I'm looking forward to God of War. That's the one I'm looking forward to.
I never played that, but I know people are obsessed with that game.
The first one, best game I've ever played.
Like JJ says that a lot as well. Yeah, okay, yeah, I get you.
I need to find games like that I can just play in spare time.
If you haven't played that God of War, like the newer version, like the newest God of War, that is one of the best story games, like open world kind of style story games that I think to this day I've ever played, and I love that genre of games, and that game is just nuts. Like the depth is just crazy, especially on a PS5 because it's if you run so well. Yeah, I remember playing on the PS4, and my PS4 was like a launch night PS4, and that thing's on like a jet engine taking off every time I tried to play something that was sort of graphic intense.
Yeah, I mean Cyberpunk was a bit of a mess on certain consoles. Right?
How disappointing was that?
Yeah. Well, I think people are looking at Cyberpunk now as well and are delaying their games to actually put more time into it, which is a good thing. I think Harry Potter, I think they definitely did that. They saw the release of Cyberpunk and they were like, "Ooh, we don't want that smoke. Let's just delay it and make sure it's perfect."
Halo did that too. Was it Halo that did that?
Yeah,
too?